live? They're not here. Okay, there.
Hello, beautiful soul family. Welcome to this beautiful candid chat from our couch to yours on this beautiful Sunday, lazy Sunday. It's raining here in Tulum. Let us know if you're here. Leave us a comment. Share this energy with you. We can see the chat. Tell us how you're doing. And we're going to dive into a Lightworker energy update today. It is so needed to know what energies are in the collective, to know how to discern and literally move through them. So as we wait for a few people, let us know who you are and where you are dialing in from. We have people, we literally have soul family from all over the world. And I just want to say we have so much gratitude for our beautiful community. We pride ourselves in saying that we have a soul family community. We're not just a community, we're a community of soul family. Hello there.
And whenever we go live, we always feel like we're just sharing a Sunday couch talk with our family.
Yes.
That's actually what it feels like.
Yes. So what part of the world are you dialing in from? Norway, California?
Let's see the comments.
Where else? Here. Beautiful. Sarasota, Florida. That's a place I want to go to. Netherlands. Lots of love from Jordan. Beautiful, you guys. We purposely did our live at 4:15 p.m. Tulum to allow, hey Salaya, to allow more of our European people to come in. Initially, we were thinking much later. Marianne is here from Denver. So while we wait for a couple more people to join, I just want to say to you guys, we, just like many of you, are going so out of resonance with our reality so freaking fast. This house that we're in right now, as you can see, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's a gorgeous home. It has 3 bedrooms. It has an outside casita. It has a rooftop terrace. It has a saltwater pool. It had this cute little Bali tree, which we unfortunately lost in the hurricane. Like, it literally has everything we wanted. It has a gorgeous king daybed. These were all the manifestations last year. A saltwater pool in Tulum is very rare, and we manifested this home. Now, 8 months ago, when I was signing the contract of this house, I got the clear message, don't sign a 1-year contract. And I was like, why? Because that most people want a 1-year contract for peace of mind and stability. And I got the message, don't sign a 1-year contract, because in 10 months, by February 1st, you'd want to get out of this house because you would have outgrown this house. And of course, I trust my guidance blindly because it's always served me right. I really, really trust my guidance. So I argued with Siman. I said, no, we're not getting 12 months. We're just getting 10 months. And lo and behold, here we are. Our lease expires end of Jan 31st. And I'm literally telling Siman, I am so out of resonance with this house. It's a gorgeous home. 1 year ago, this was our version of a luxury home.
That's actually one of the things I really admire about you, because you can read timelines better than anyone I know. And she can literally see what's the energy of next year. We'll want to be here, we'll not want to be here. And we're making our decisions in a quantum way, and
yes.
It's so magical.
And so we were just away in this gorgeous dream villa for the last 5 days. I wanted to see what level of luxury exists in Tulum. So I booked one of the nicest villas here. It had a giant saltwater pool. It had a giant saltwater jacuzzi. The beds were like the level of luxury and comfort like that you don't usually see in Tulum. It had a private chef. I'm talking a 5-star private chef. It had the works. We had like concierge, security service, maid service. It was amazing, and it just held us in so much comfort and so much luxury that now we know what we're drawing into ourselves. So I just wanted to say to you guys that we're feeling so humbled, so excited. And at the moment right now, we are calling in our next home that we're going to rent for, let's say, another year until we finally build our dream home in Tulum. And it's a very, very exciting time.
So how have you guys been doing? Let us know. Drop us a comment. Let us know how the energies have been feeling for you. Has it been feeling very intense, or are you feeling forward momentum? Because we ourselves have been tuning into the collective before this and downloading very juicy messages from our guides. And today we have a Lightworker update, not only just for the October energies, but you'll feel these themes over the next month or two. And the energies we are feeling is that many people are in a transition right now and haven't caught up to the new reality. The energy most people are feeling right now is that things are moving so fast that we haven't even had a chance to catch up. And that's what we wanted to put a little bit more definition around, because these, once you start working with the energies, once you start seeing the themes that are playing out on our planet right now, then it's very easy to adapt our life to harness these energies to our advantage rather than working against them. So that's our main objective, to shed clarity on how you can harness these current energies to jump into your highest timeline.
I'm reading some of your comments. Somebody said you're vibing high. Tecumseh says it's been a rough few months for me, but I was told it's because I'm stepping through a portal. You are damn right, girl. We're stepping through one of the biggest portals of our life. We're going to cover all of that here. I've been in a depression slump. Laura, hugs to you. I just want to say before we even start off, this is coming in live. Not for a moment do I want you guys to think that Siman and I are always in this la 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 upgraded frequency, activated frequency, happy frequency. I want you to know that as light workers, we go through so much. We're doing so much work. We're doing the real work. We are doing the real work. And sometimes, as I have said many, many times, the ascension periods are forward momentum. You're feeling activated. You're feeling radiant. You're feeling like you've got your shit together. And then there's other times where you go in through the descension, where you feel like, stagnation, laziness, depression, like, how much more do I have to do? Confusion. Never for a moment assume that anybody you respect or admire on the internet, me, Siman, or anybody else, is always in a state of ascension. That is far from the truth. In fact, here's a true story. You guys are going to find this funny. I was just lying on my couch today, lazy Sunday, it's raining in Tulum. I made this post saying, we're going to go live at 4:15. And I'm like, Siman, can you please help me get out of this lazy Sunday mode and get into this vibration? And you know, he said the sweetest thing, and you guys are going to love this. Elizabeth, you know who you are. This beautiful, loving woman who has come to a few of our events. She's so sweet, from Denmark or somewhere. And he said to me, he's like, just think of your most loving audience, and like we're just having a couch talk. Think of Elizabeth. I'm like, oh, yes, let's go make the live. So you can switch your energy at any given point, is my point. And it's never going to be like this, everything's great. So before we even get started, today's energy update is literally the October energy update, syncing up with Earth's new energy. We're going to go deep and discuss 6 major trends we're seeing in the Lightworker collective, and how you can, just by understanding what these trends are, transcend them and move into a higher timeline, move into a higher reality. You are absolutely bang on when you say that you're walking through a portal. Every single one of us is, depending on the level of work we are doing and the level of sight we have as to where we're going.
And no matter what challenge you are facing in your life right now, no matter how hard things seem right now, everything is exactly what your soul needs to climb to the next level of your soul's evolution. So never look at your life as something, as a trial or a punishment, but rather look at it as a very beautiful journey where you are here to expand and grow. And when you embrace this reality rather than turn away from it, things start to get easier and the universe starts to shower its blessings upon us.
So guys, before we move any further, I would request you to please hit the like button on whatever platform you're watching. Like and comment and subscribe, because that really helps our algorithms, and our intention is to reach as many lightworkers who need this kind of information right now. Now, before we even get started, I just wanted to get the announcements out of the way. We have a very exciting announcement for those of you House of Ra fans. Many of you know Siman and I got a channeling in 2020 when we were still in Toronto. We were living in Canada. We were contacted by Ra, who many of you know is 6th density being, a Pleiadian being, a very beautiful, powerful being. And he channeled the name House of Ra. And we since then have hosted many House of Ra, actually 4 House of Ra Ascension Festivals, where we, for 5 or 6 days in different parts of the world, we do all kinds of DNA activations. We dance every night. There's workshops. There's Mayan clay ceremonies. There's goddess workshops. There's inner child healing. There's trauma healing, but in a very fun setting, in a very sexy setting. And I have a huge compliment that somebody gave me that I want to share with you guys. 3 people have told me this in the last 2 months. Okay, you guys are going to laugh. They're telling us, EldoRa and Siman, you know what we love the most about you? That you're not spiritual. And we're like, what? They're like, we just love how you don't act like the spiritual community. And I said, yes, what do you mean by that? They said, we've been to Bali, we've been to Costa Rica, we've been to India, and we've been to Toronto. Oh my God, don't even get me started about Toronto's spiritual community. And they're like, we feel very isolated because their spiritual communities are not resonating with us. We go to all these festivals, these hippie festivals. We don't like how there's no luxury. We don't like having to go to porta potties. Just so you know, House of Ra. And so that's a very big compliment to us, because even though we're ultra spiritual, we don't resonate with spiritual communities. We don't resonate with why? Because there's so much judgment. If you eat fish, there's like a judgment. There's a lot of judgment based on what the container, the community says is a good or bad, right or wrong. And in our vortex, there's no such thing. We're all allowed to just be. So 3 people in just the last 2 months have been saying to us, this is what we love most about you. And these are mainstream people who have very pure hearts and who want to learn spirituality, but they're repulsed by the Lightworker community. So they've just not furthered their ascension. So this is a very, your authenticity, you as well, Tecumseh. So yes, we pride ourselves for our authenticity, our simplicity, our fun. And House of Ra is honestly our favorite thing to ever do. Like, think about it. We're on the beach in Tulum hosting one of the highest frequency ascension dance and music festivals. Siman and I are the galactic DJs. We have one day where we take you off site, where we DJ, we like bring the works. So the mornings are more about activations and doing the real work. Connecting, bonding, opening our heart just by feeling so safe around each other. And the nights we have full moon dances on the beach. We have bonfires, we have dances. We have 3 different DJs coming on 3 different nights. In the morning we have yoga, we have organic food. So anyway, this is coming to Tulum. We are hoping for April of next year, which is 2025. We're almost signed the contract. So stay tuned. Our website should be live in a few weeks. And if you need to get on the waitlist folk, you guys will get a special treat. So make sure you go to www.houseofra.com, HOUSEOFRA.com. Add yourself to the waitlist. Second announcement, and then we'll get right to it, is that this Saturday, I believe, this coming Saturday, we're doing a very powerful event at the New Earth Mystery School. It's an online event where we will be clearing dark contracts and limiting beliefs. And just quickly, what are these? Every single one of us is a culmination of a programming that we vibrate at any given point. We are a culmination of thousands, if not millions, of limiting beliefs, all kinds of limiting beliefs, such as money doesn't grow on trees, money is evil. What is another limiting belief? Like women
I have to struggle to be rich.
Women are subservient to men, and we need to always allow the men to shine. There's a million. We have a whole curriculum about this. This is really what we do even in quantum healing. So this Saturday, we're going to be clearing through Metatronic quantum healing some major, we're going to literally go into 4 or 5 categories. One will be abundance, one will be relationships, and clear these limiting beliefs from your DNA, from your chakras, from your light body, and install new positive beliefs. This is a major event. This is not something that you should take lightly, saying, oh, it's just another NEMS event. It's a very powerful event that you need right now. So to find out more about that, go to www.nems.love/NEMS, and you'll see the event there. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do we want to start?
So let's start with some of the major themes that are present in the Lightworker collective right now. And by Lightworker, some people don't use that term. We literally mean if you are here to evolve, if you are here to become the best version of yourself, if you are sick of being abused or being sidelined by narcissists, if you are here to create healthy, positive relationships based on mutual respect and stepping into the highest, most abundant, most happy, most joyful, most healthy version of you, then you're a Lightworker. That's what it basically means in simple terms. So Lightworkers are here, people who are here on this planet, incarnated right now, for a very powerful reason. Because our planet has gone through many thousands of years of darkness, torture, separation, war, slavery, you name it. It's been a predominantly dark planet. However, since 2012, our planet is moving into the age of enlightenment. And people say, oh, well, it didn't seem like enlightenment since 2012. It seemed like hell on earth. There's a reason for that. When our planet in 2012 started entering this photon belt area of space, what happened is that our planet is being bombarded with very high frequency gamma wave light frequencies from the great central sun. This is shifting the frequency of the entire human collective, and this is shedding light on all the darkness that has always been there beneath the surface but hidden from our plain sight. And we've honestly been living in this state of trauma for thousands of years. Now, the light that is shining on our planet is bringing all the corruption, all the slavery, all the trafficking, all the crimes, all the abuse, everything is coming to the surface. So it's not hell on earth. We're not going towards the World War III separation, New World Order timeline. What we've been told by our guides is a very positive news, that Earth is simply going through a very powerful period of transformation, and transformation is accompanied with chaos. So embrace the chaos in your life, embrace the chaos in the world, because I don't guarantee many things, but my guides literally said this word to us, to both of us. They said, ascension of humanity is guaranteed. I never guarantee anything, but my guides did. So I'm telling you their words. You hold them accountable.
And you know why that is? It's because we've already made it. We've already
made it.
We've already reached the light quotient necessary for the ascension to be guaranteed. So when we look at timelines and the guides look at timelines, it's all based on the energy. So let's dive right in. We're going to give you today 6 themes we're seeing in the collective that we were guided to share with you today. The first theme that we're seeing in the Lightworker collective is the feeling of frustration, confusion, and impatience because you have big ambitions and you know how powerful you are and you know how you're here for big things, but you're not sure of how to move forward at light speed with your goals and projects. I'm going to repeat that. So we're seeing a level of frustration, impatience in Lightworkers that know that they're here to leave a legacy, but they're not sure of how to move about their ambitions and their extremely big desires in a timely manner because everything is seeming like such a slump. Everything is seeming
uphill.
Yeah. So one of the things that I wanted to give you guys is like an example of how it was for us before we went on our soul's mission. Before we started House of Ra, before we became YouTube, Ascension teachers, before all of this, we were in a timeline in Toronto where we had money in the bank, but the minute we started our soul work of like saying, okay, let's lead ecstatic dances and let's lead meditations and let's give healings, we weren't really making any money through our light work. We had a company there called Soul Movement where every single month every 40 days or so, we had a major ecstatic dance. 200 people would show up. But still at the end of it, at most we would make $2,000, $2,500. Fast forward to now, we're extremely, like our events are we're looking in the millions compared to 6 years ago where the impact that we made was equally big, but we were bringing in peanuts.
We were actually at a loss from our events.
Correct.
Most of the time.
And we were often frustrated, just like many of you guys. So I wanted to so back in the day, so now why is this happening? Let's talk about that. What the guides want you to be aware of right now is that your egoic desires or even your mind's desires of how big, how powerful, how you are here to leave a legacy, that is your ambition. Right now, your ambition needs to be replaced with you doing your soul's work. Let me give you an example. When we were running Soul Movement, Siman was usually the DJ. He would be like, literally, it was 5D heaven on earth. The music was just in a different frequency. Everybody was in a heaven on earth frequency. And I literally walked around like I had this red sign on my forehead saying, if anyone has a problem, come see me. Come see me. I'm here for you to dump your problems on. I had no boundaries. I had no mastery over how to go about my life. And I was literally the person looking for problems because I thought that was what I was there to solve. As you guys know, right now, I'm the extreme opposite because of what I learned from those mistakes. Right now, I have very strong boundaries. I'm like, hey, don't come with your expectations to our events. This is our container. This is what we're giving you with our love. But if you have problems, if you have triggers, if you have all of this, you go figure it out on your own, or this is not the container. Like we set very clear boundaries. Every single thing, this is just one example. The kind of people we wanted to work with, don't want to work with. Everything that we are doing right now and bringing in the wealth, the abundance, leaving the impact not just on 40, 50, 100 people, but tens of thousands of people is a direct result of all the hard work, the soul lessons that we learned and cultivated in our training period, which lasted about 5 years in Toronto. At the time, we didn't know that was our training. At the time, we didn't know that we were going to make money expressing our soul's gifts. We literally were like, how are we going to bring in money not working? Because both of us had very good jobs. I had a business. He had a thriving IT career. He was a computer consultant, like he was a software consultant. But the minute we went into our soul's passion, we were like, shit, how do we make that kind of money expressing our soul's work? So this is what I want to say to you. Right now, you are still in training. Many of you are. So before you go into being this successful multi-millionaire, like quantum healer, whatever the case may be for you, right now, we're clearing up all the muck. We're teaching you, literally, your guides are teaching you through your day-to-day lessons where you are in ungratitude. I'm just making this up. Where you are still in judgment, where you're still in victim consciousness, where you are lacking boundaries, where you don't understand how psychic protection works, where you don't treat yourself well, where you're undercharging, where you're not even seeing your own worth, where you're not being a good husband, where you're not being a compassionate wife, where you are judging your family members, where you are taking their bullshit instead of cutting out toxicity from your life once you know that there's nothing served here. So this is your training period, and this is so important for whatever is to come.
I wanted to add a point there. The main message that the guides want to leave you with in regards to feeling stuck in life and not being able to move forward with your goals, they're reminding us how the law of attraction works. The law of attraction dictates that the more excitement, the more joy, the more forward momentum of positive energy that you create in your life, the more wealth, abundance, happiness, health, and friendships you will attract towards yourself. So that's the quantum example. How does that apply in your real life? When we were doing soul movement, like EldoRa said, we weren't making money, but did that stop us? No, we kept on following our excitement. Did I say, we made a loss in our first boat party, so let me go back to software development because I can get a job for 100K right now? There was a lot of demand, but I didn't, because making money is not my objective. Being happy in my life is my objective. I've said something very big here. Making money is not your objective. Many people don't even know what they're running towards. Society has programmed you that you must have a Ferrari, or you must have $1 million in your car, or you must have a mansion. But we always defined our life that this is non-negotiable for us. We want freedom of time. We want to follow our passion. We want to follow our excitement. Now, universe, you open the doors for us. I'm going to keep following my excitement, but the universe is going to open the doors of opportunities for us and show us how to turn that into something that attracts abundance, into something that helps humanity. So keep following your passion and keep figuring out how you can offer your gifts and services to others that enrich the life of others. And the universal principle is that if you enrich the life of others, if you genuinely show up every day to serve, if you're here to share your knowledge and wisdom, whatever you've learned in your life, and start to teach others how to do the same for themselves, then you are raising the frequency of the collective. And if you're doing that, the universe is going to shower you with blessings. But it doesn't come for free. We also have to work on our mindset and programming, and there's a lot of different layers.
I love that. All right. So one other theme we're seeing in the Lightworker Collective, this is a very, very big one. This is actually, I would say, the biggest one we're seeing in the Lightworker Collective. It is subconsciously blaming others for your discomfort rather than being honest with yourself. I'm going to say this again. A major theme we're seeing in the Lightworker Collective is subconsciously blaming others for your discomfort rather than taking full ownership of it and really going into why am I feeling those feelings around certain people and not with others. So recently someone said to us, someone who works with us said to us, they said, because we're ascension students, we're always talking about ascension. And she said, it's so ironic. Every time I'm with my 3D mother, I'm fine. We're laughing, we're happy, we're playing. Her mother is completely asleep, completely in a different frequency. And she says, every time I'm around you guys, my shit comes up. And this has been happening for the past 3 or 4 years since I've known you guys. And so I don't know. I'm starting to wonder, if something's wrong with me, or if this vortex is too much for me. I don't know. There was this confusion. And this is where you have to be brutally honest with yourself. I've told you guys this many times as an analogy, that when you shine a high frequency torch, so imagine you're a light worker and you're very bright, you're a very high frequency light worker, and you're around other people who are not as activated, not as awakened as you are. Your light is so strong that it becomes unbearable for the other person to be around you if their trauma and their triggers start vibrating around you. So this is very, very common in light workers. When you're in the presence of powerful light workers, your shit, your insecurity, your inauthenticity, your lack of genuine gratitude may really show up. And when that causes feelings of discomfort within you for long periods of time, it just means you're not being honest, brutally honest with yourself, saying, am I being inauthentic and blaming the other person for my discomfort? Am I being ungrateful and blaming someone else for how I feel? This is how important it is for you to be brutally honest. Am I taking all their feedback with gratitude and actually considering them, ascension guides, and actually making these changes in myself? Or am I in denial, saying I'm the perfect ascension student, I'm the perfect A+ ascension student, whereas in reality, there is so much inauthenticity that still surrounds you. So guys, this is a very important lesson that you really need to come face to face with your shadows and step out of your comfort zone.
So the main download that the guides shared with us in regards to this point is, you know how the whole media, the whole world's focus is on exposing corruption right now? Like P. Diddy, this is what happened, and Epstein and some politician, or this war. There's always corruption being exposed in the collective, and everyone is fixated on the news, exposing the corruption outside. But the guides gave me the biggest download today. They said, what about the corruption within us? Okay, they said, what about the corruption within us? This ascension and this evolution is all about calling out your own bullshit. I know that sounds hard, but this is the code we live by. Your ascension and your evolution on earth is all about being brutally honest with yourself. Where are you ignoring your lesson? Where are you projecting on, let's say, your husband? Let's say your husband's lying on the couch and you're like passing judgment towards him and saying, you're always lying on the couch, why don't you go to the gym? But deep inside, that frustration may come from the fact that you've been breaking your promises to yourself for going to the gym, or you meant to go for yoga and you think it's because your husband's lazy. He's not. You have the car keys, you can go. So we're subconsciously not feeling happy with who we are, but we're not facing our own shadows. That's what EldoRa said. We're not facing our own truth. We're not realizing that we're not keeping up our commitments to ourselves.
Yes.
If you don't keep your commitments to yourself, are you going to respect yourself? No. If you don't respect yourself, how are you going to be happy with yourself? So this is all about really looking at where we're holding blame, where we're holding judgment, where we're not living by our own standards, where we're treating others with lack of respect and saying, well, you don't respect me. Why should others respect you if you disrespect them as well? So the whole ascension is about living by example. And at this point, living by example can literally mean you have to go into different timelines from your boyfriend, from your parents, from your husband. It doesn't mean you're breaking up with them. It literally means you're getting in the driver's seat of your own life and saying, I don't care if anybody else does it. I'm not here for taking the whole gang with me. I'm here for taking my own self up this ladder. And I'm going to literally do it step by step.
And so if you're feeling comfortable with your 3D mother in this example, and you're feeling uncomfortable in the presence of activated spiritual teachers, it just means that that is a good balance to have. It's a good balance to have someone where you can just chill with and your shit doesn't come up, where you don't always have to be the A++ ascension student that you are, where you can just chill. But also you have to be aware that when you are in the presence, and Marianne just said, people are really triggered by my light. Yes, girl, that's exactly, welcome to our world. But it doesn't have to be that way. When people start understanding that they don't have to be triggered by you, but they have to say thank you, because your light is literally shining on their insecurities, shining on their lack of confidence, lack of authenticity, lack of gratitude, all of that. So when the people who come really close to us, there's very, very few people who can handle our intensity. We're actually the most non-intense people on the planet. I actually mean that. We're the most inner child, fun, joking, laughing, kind, compassionate people. But when there's people who cannot handle our intensity, it just means they have not done enough shadow work to be around us in a close capacity. It's as simple as that. And once people do their shadow work and we realize, oh, there's finally people who are coming close, like this in the villa. We had 2 girls with us. One of the girls works with us. You guys know her, Starla. There's another girl who just started working with us. We invited her over. It was just the 2 of them, because other than the 2 of them, no one can really handle our intensity in the house. We had the time of our lives. We were talking about sex. We were talking about all kinds of crazy things. And by the way, my podcast is coming about sex. You guys, I have so many juicy things to share. But we cannot be ourselves with others who are intimidated about us and all the time thinking, oh my God, they said this, I'm feeling inauthentic. So own your shadows and be radically authentic with yourself. Okay.
Even if it means getting out of your comfort zone.
Exactly. You can't bullshit yourself anymore. You can't say, oh my God, I'm feeling this way and I'm this perfect ascension student. It's not going to work. You have to be brutally honest and say, if I've been stuck in the same level, or in the same bullshit story up my ass for the past 3 years, it means I'm not getting the fundamentals of this ascension. That's what your ego needs to hear. All right. Okay. Ooh, this is a juicy one. The next one, and we talked about this in the villa when we were just away. What I am seeing in the Lightworker collective is something I recently cleared in myself. And you know what? Want to know what that is? A deep soul level sadness that I could not figure out. I couldn't get it out of me. You could see it. Maybe you couldn't see it, but I could feel it. I could feel this soul level sadness. And do you know, guys, what I cleared it? Do you guys know what I did to clear it? There were 2 major themes. The first theme, I had this deep soul level sadness because, and this was just as recent as 888. Before 888, I had it. After 888, I don't. You know what the biggest jump I made was after 888, this Lionsgate portal? I realized that this deep, deep, deep soul level sadness was the inability to trust myself. What do I mean by that? I've been wanting to let go of coffee for a while. I've been wanting to go 3 or 4 times to the gym for a while. I've been wanting to sculpt my body and do yoga and do Pilates for a while. I've been wanting to take a nutrition course for a while. I've been wanting to have that perfect, I'm on top of my superfoods. I'm top of my yoga. I'm top of everything for a while. My water, I'm getting my 2 liters of water for a while. And there was this deep inability to trust myself because sometimes, and Siman has the exact same example, since 888, we would teach you guys that, hey, coffee is not good for you. And for those of you who don't know this, I can tell you, letting go of coffee was the biggest thing we've ever done in our life, meaning the guides channeled through very clearly. They said, if you keep drinking coffee, you're not going to have any more progress in your timeline. You will stay stuck at the level you are. Why? Coffee puts you in fight or flight mode. It puts you in survival mode. It keeps you in stress mode. So I would love those days when I could go to my favorite beachside cafe, open up my laptop and do all these launches and have not much coffee. Siman and I would share at most 2 cappuccinos, 2 or 3 times a week. But the inability to trust ourselves came from the fact that we were making all these big promises on YouTube saying coffee is not good. We've given it up. But we weren't giving it up. We were still living in its vibration. We were still a vibrational match to it. So you want to say something or shall I move to the next one?
Yeah, no, I want to say something. This deep level sadness that we uncovered recently, it's very prominent in the entire Lightworker collective. And this sadness comes from this inner knowingness that when we look around at the world, this world is not a habitable place right now. We're literally drinking water thinking, oh my God, there's fluoride in there. We're literally looking at our friends saying they're talking about things that don't resonate, but that's the best I can do. We're literally like keeping up with all of our commitments. We may be even making millions of dollars or being successful in what we do, but even if you're very successful in life, is there like 20% undercurrent of sadness? Why is that? That's what we want to uncover. The sadness comes from this feeling that no matter what you achieve on Earth, you're literally on a prison planet. So what can you do? How can you escape? Are we supposed to go to Mars, like Elon Musk says?
Like when I brush my teeth in the morning, I'm in Tulum. I brush my teeth, and we're not allowed to brush our teeth with tap water because tap water has parasites.
Exactly.
So sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I have to wash my vegetables in all this filtered water. I have to brush my teeth with filtered water. We're living constantly in this frequency where there's environmental toxins. Like the cleaners come, we ask them to use organic stuff. They forget, sometimes they use regular stuff. And we don't feel like walking on our floors because you're picking up all the toxins from the household cleaners. And guess what? As your consciousness goes higher, your awareness becomes higher. So it's very important to realize that there's a subconscious level of, oh my God, like we're living in a hostile planet.
So when we live with this deep level of sadness, how do we go through life? We go through life at 50% of our potential. Okay, now this is the biggest paradox. Because we're carrying this sadness, our soul is carrying the sadness that something's wrong with the world outside and it's not habitable. So no matter what I do, I cannot change my outside reality. But is that what we teach in spirituality? No. What do we teach in spirituality? And we live by this code. I'm not just speaking theory. I've lived this. I've transformed this sadness. EldoRa's transformed this sadness. And you are about to transform this sadness.
Yes!
That's why we're happy. We're giving you the code, guys.
Finally!
You don't have to live on a prison planet. You're feeling the sadness most likely because you're not living to your highest potential.
Literally.
That's at least what we felt.
Okay, I want to...
Let me know if that resonates
I want
for
to
you guys.
explain. For those of you who didn't get it, we're feeling a deep level. So if you're feeling a deep level of soul sadness, it's not because of anything other than the fact that you are sad because you are not living to your full potential.
Yes.
Right?
And when we're not living to our highest potential, we're also surrounded by people who match that frequency.
Thank you.
And then we say, oh, it's because of them. Oh, it's because of my husband. Oh, it's because of my friends. Oh, it's because of my children. It's because of my boss. But that's not the case. Your reality is defined by your frequency. But since the 888 portal, August 8, 2024, which was in history the most powerful day of our lives as a collective and for us personally, we have cut cords with anything that does not serve our highest timeline, our highest joy, our highest happiness, our highest excitement.
And we have cut cords with anything toxic in our life, including coffee.
All together.
Literally, we're on a different timeline, you guys.
We're completely in a different timeline and we're feeling so good about our life. You know why? Because since 888, we are at 99% of following our commitments, keeping our commitments to ourselves, getting out of our comfort zone, getting our ass off to the gym. You know what we're doing after this live? We're going for a 2-hour walk.
Are we?
Yeah,
yes.
We're going to Alma Verde. Remember, Lisa? We're going for a 2-hour walk and we're going to go to this favorite cafe of ours. We're going to grab one green juice as our grand prize when we get there. We're going to have that green juice and then we're going to walk back and we're going to wash the sweat off our bodies.
And what Siman meant by, and we'll jump in our saltwater pool.
Yes.
And what Siman meant by you vibrate and attract your friends based on your comfort zone is that before 888, we'd hang out with people who love to go out for Indian food and eat the biryanis and constantly go for pizza and whatnot. And that was our frequency. So we're like, oh my God, Earth is so hard. Might as well have some friends who are in that frequency where we can just take a breath and have a pizza. And now since 888, guess what? We've literally jumped and I won't go out with friends who are foodies. I'm just no longer a resonant match to foodies. Guess what I'm doing now? Recently, somebody asked me, this beautiful girl, Carolina, who is one of our NEMS students, she lives in Tulum, very sweet girl. She's like, EldoRa, would you like to go for a run? I'm like, what did you just say? Yes, that's what I want to do. So I'm no longer a vibrational match to the food timelines. I'm ready to go for a run. I'm ready to go play tennis. I'm ready to do all the things that's now my new reality. So now I'm looking to attract friends who are in that timeline because I simply don't have any resonance to those who are just wanting to go out to eat to feed their ego. Now there's one more point. I realized that I had a deep soul sadness, because I told you guys my first one was not being able to trust myself with coffee especially, or going to the gym. Now we've cleared that, because now we are on a regular timer with gym and yoga and everything, and we've cut out coffee. We don't need coffee, we don't crave coffee whatsoever. The second thing I realized was I had this deep soul sadness that anybody I look at on the planet, I mean anybody, spiritual, not spiritual, millionaire, billionaire, like super successful spiritual teachers, I would look at all their lives and say, is this what life is about on earth? I don't see true love. I don't see their hearts open. I don't see they're even authentic. I don't see they're happy.
They don't look happy.
Their soul seems empty. And I was thinking, I was literally thinking, what do I have to look forward to on this planet? And I realized, my guide said to me, what you look forward to is what you are going to create. Be the first to create what makes you happy.
Yeah.
And that's when I had my download that ultimately I am not money. Think about it. Money. Many of you might be after money and success, saying, oh my God, I'm here to be a billionaire with a B, and have this pride in you. I can guarantee you, if you become a billionaire with a B and your soul is empty, you're going to reach depression and probably want to get off this planet. So ultimately, what makes Siman and me happy is not money, because money is just something you enjoy and you do good with. Like, we're looking into a charity right now, a children's charity that makes us happy. But ultimately, money is a tool that gives you happiness when you do all the things you love doing with the ones you love. And that became our goal, to always have happiness and joy and fulfillment and contentment as our North Star, not the money. Because it's very easy to go fast and, make all this wealth and then feel miserable and not have a deep relationship. Like, think about it. Let's say I became a billionaire with a B, as someone recently said to me very sweetly, and Siman and I are not happy in our relationship. And you guys are just like numbers. We've just become so big that we do events. It's meaningless to us. What use is all of that money? So when I realized that my soul is sad because I didn't know anything on earth that felt substantially positive for me, I realized, holy shit, it's because I have to create it. That's what New Earth is.
Exactly.
That's what being a way shower to New Earth is. You have to create that frequency of happiness, joy, childlike excitement, and then you can enjoy the luxury, the money, and all of that fun stuff.
Exactly. And I want to address a comment here that's very powerful and is on the same topic. Jennifer says, what if you're married to someone you do not resonate with anymore, yet you can't financially get out of the marriage yet? I think my soul contract with my husband has expired. He's a narcissist. This is exactly the same topic, but some people are not able to pursue their happiness because they feel trapped in a certain situation. Okay? You may be trapped, you may be single, you may be in depression, you may be unemployed, you may be in a narcissistic abusive relationship. You may have so many commitments that you can't focus on yourself, any kind of situation. If you feel trapped in your life, it is because you have not yet gained the courage to make the jump. Until you make the jump is the next step. You waiting to make the jump can take 1 month, it can take 1 day, it can take 5 years, it can take 10 years, or it can take your lifetime. You could be in the same situation on your deathbed that you are today. That's your choice. If you are at a crossroads in life where you know you have to make a move, where you know you have to change something, where you know you have to leave your husband, where you know your soul contract has expired, yet you're afraid to make the jump for very obvious reasons, you have to make the jump with blindfolds on.
And you have
and
to
we've
trust.
We've done this. You have to trust that once you make the jump into the deep abyss, the universe will catch you. And I can give you the cheat sheet. It always works out for the better. It always works out for the better. Even if for 3 months you go through the dark night of the soul, I'm not going to say it won't get worse. You may leave your husband and go into the dark night of the soul, feel grief, feel all kinds of panic and fear, all kinds of apprehensions and demons you have to face. You don't know how to deal with life on your own. Yet, that is your soul's curriculum. You know what you've done? You've just opened up to the universe and said, universe, I'm ready for the next step. Hit me with all the lessons. I'm showing up like a warrior. We've done this. I left my narcissistic wife of 12 years and I had a lot of fears come up, not financial, but many other fears. She tried to go after me financially after all my wealth. I had to go through court battles for 4 years. But
And
on
we
the
came
other
out successful.
On the other end, I ended up with this sweet angel,
Right?
who I would never had this relationship, this timeline would never have been possible. We would not even have a YouTube channel if both of us had not made the jump.
Yes.
We did.
Yes. I
And
had
that's your next step.
a 14-year-old son, and when I had to leave my ex-husband, because it was a perfect marriage. He wasn't even a narcissist, but I was so empty emotionally. There was no emotional depth. We would talk about hockey, Formula One. I would say, let's go to the park. Please, I want to go to the park and have a Sunday picnic. And he'd say, no, let's go watch a movie. And I was always giving in to his demands. And he would, press my feet at night. And so I'd say, oh, he's such a good guy. I'm just going to listen to him because he's so sweet. I was so kidding myself. I was in such a tight box, living in his version of what I should be. And the minute I left, I'm like, whoa, my energy just started to expand so much. And I won't lie, those 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 months where you leave is when you're going to get your soul lesson. Like, are you dependent? Do you know how to handle your finances? Do you know how to budget? Do you know how to, take care of yourself? All of that curriculum is the very soul curriculum that you're needing to clear right now.
And
before you land in the timeline of your highest orgasmic joy, hold that thought that when you get out of this relationship to move into a higher timeline, I have goosebumps, you guys. Hold that thought of you finding the love of your life whenever, a year from now, 2 years from now, doesn't matter. Hold that vision, because that vision is waiting for you. That reality is waiting for you. But for that, you have to have the courage and the focus to let go of this relationship that is obviously done, is not serving you anymore.
And the guides are saying with all their love that if you are in a narcissistic relationship, or if you're depressed and don't know how to get out of it, or if you're feeling stuck in life, it is because you are in your comfort zone. Even depression can become your comfort zone. And I'm not saying that to rub it in or be mean. Taking abuse from others can become your comfort zone because you know how to do that. You know how to do that. You know how to take abuse. You know how to be depressed. And you know that that seems familiar. But the unknown seems terrifying. You also know, I'm going to tell you the next step. You also know at a soul level that you are the most badass, powerful creator in this universe. That's not a lie. It's not that some humans are powerful, others are not. You, I'm speaking to you right now, are the most badass, powerful, warrior, creator, God-like being in this universe, because God is within you. The spark of God is within you. You can create anything your mind desires. The only thing stopping you is you not taking action. You can cure your depression. You can cure your illness. You can cure your narcissistic relationship. You can create the life you desire. You can have a beautiful mansion. You can have all the abundance you want. You can have beautiful relationships. You just have to change the way you think and take action every single day towards your desires.
Yes. So we have 4, 5, 6, 3 more points. I love that. And thank you for asking that question. The next one. Let me see, which one do I want to go into next? Okay. All right, let's do this one.
Fine.
Life is moving very fast and there's not enough embodiment in the collective. I'm going to say that a different way. Let me know if you resonate. You're not embodied because the intensity on planet Earth is so fast. The energy is moving so fast that it literally feels like you're rushing through life and you're lacking embodiment. And think about it, like right now, what's going on the planet is very, very historic. There's so much shifting. Our political scene is shifting. Recently we watched a video saying Tesla has, created this robot that can serve meals, this AI robot. There's so much shifting. Like back in the day when I was young, I remember when the internet came out in 1996 or whatever, it was a big thing. In, 1990 or whenever, when the fax came out, it was a big thing. Now we're talking about robots that can cook your food and cut your vegetables and take care of your kids. The world is shifting. Like right now, we're about to just walk into an election timeline with Kamala and Trump, and literally the world is waiting with bated breath because we know that we kind of know what's going to happen, even though it's the opposite of what everybody thinks will happen. But we realize that something historic and revolutionary is happening, and we are literally sitting on the brink of this. The energy is moving so fast that literally we're going out of resonance with friends. We're losing interest in people's BS, and we're moving so fast spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and all of that, that it feels like someone has just taken the rug out of under our feet. So what do we do to be embodied? What do we do to not feel like this energy is moving fast? What do Siman and I do that gives us the apparatus, that gives us the frequency, gives us the embodiment to handle such powerful launches? We've been on the biggest roll of our life since 888. We launched Metatronic Healers Academy, which is an 8-week healing certification that was sold out for 25 even before the website launch. Then we launched 26 instead for 2026, and already there's almost 10 people who've signed up. We did one-on-one healings, and they all got gobbled up. How do we have time for all of this? Now we're doing the House of Ra Tulum Festival launch, the Ascension Festival. We do NEMS events every month.
And we're preparing for Egypt.
And we're doing House of Ra Egypt after House of Ra Tulum at the end of the year, or maybe early next year. We're still talking. How are we able to do all of this? It's because ready for the tip? You guys know this. We've been talking about this. We take so much time to lie in stillness. So yesterday we got back from this villa, and the villa that we had just rented for 5 nights, we got back. We woke up pretty late. We were fully rested. As soon as we got home, each of us held our Vogels. We have these master Vogel crystals created by Marcel Vogel himself. And we just put them on our hearts. It was 5 o'clock or so. And we went off into this deep, trance. At 8 o'clock, I woke up and I'm like, what time is it? 8 o'clock? And I was so entranced that we went to bed at 8, and we woke up today at 1 o'clock. No, 12 o'clock. Why? Because the energy is so intense that sometimes it is very needed for us to take those Saturdays and Sundays or whatever days to just lie with our crystal, our favorite crystal, on our heart, and do nothing, and just allow the crystal to harmonize you.
And we do this for hours.
We do this every single day. Siman said to me, don't tell people they have to do it for over an hour. They won't do it. Just say 15 minutes. And I'm like, no.
Seems like we have nothing better to do with our time.
No, this is the smartest thing we do.
This is the most important thing.
This is the smartest thing we do that gives us the frequency and the framework to be multi-millionaires on very big timelines that most light workers currently cannot access. Half the spiritual light workers right now are complaining on their YouTube channels. They have millions, they have many followers, but they're saying we don't have money, we're broke. Why is that? Because of this very thing. People are going too fast. People are rushing. They're like channeling. They want to do this masterclass. They want to do all kinds of things, but they're not embodied. The energy embodiment happens in stillness. So this is something I would highly recommend. Do 30 minutes a day if you can't do more. 30 minutes of a day just with your crystal, allowing all the momentum to 0 point. This is the tip. This is the key, really.
And if you want to go deep into our spiritual work, we highly recommend our courses and our online mystery school, New Earth Mystery School, at www.nems.love, NEMS.love. And we take our audience on a journey. We give you actually all the techniques and tips and tools that you can use on a daily basis to really calm and still your mind and embody the very powerful frequencies coming into Earth, because it's no joke. We can't live how we used to live in the 1920s, just go to work and come home and go to sleep. We have to embody the new frequencies coming into Earth, and only stillness does that. And these are secrets that only masters practice.
Yes.
We're giving you the top shelf advice.
Yes. And guys, if you're not already a part of NEMS, I invite you with all my heart. The New Earth Mystery School right now is flying. We have so many students joining, and we know the caliber of the teachings we're giving out. They're not available on Earth. Of this caliber, they're not available. And you can move very fast. You come in, you learn how to connect with your guides, your spirit guides. Instantly, you're like, holy shit, I'm not alone on this planet. I can speak to my spirit guides. I have my higher self guiding me. We teach you how to do that. We clear up your crown chakra. We give you a diamond crown activation. That's the first step. Then we connect you with your higher self. How do we do that? In another event. And all these events right now are free for anyone who is in NEMS. You'll have like a huge library of events that you do every few weeks. And then you consistently increase your vibration. And what happens? When you consistently raise your vibration, event after event, healing after healing, masterclass after masterclass, all of a sudden your vibrational reality vibrates higher and higher and higher, and just by that alone, what happens is your reality shifts based on the frequency of your vibration. So in other words, NEMS, the New Earth Mystery School, is like a portal to your highest alignment right now, but you got to start somewhere. And this Saturday, we have an epic class. It's $144 to register into NEMS, which is super, 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 like it's literally peanuts for what you get. We want you to take this as a priority. Go to www.nems.love/NEMS. If it resonates, become a member and slowly start the journey. See what resonates. Entity healing, ooh, it's free. It's available in NEMS. Let me do it. Wow, I felt such a shift. Woo, that was amazing. Let me wait 2 weeks. Let me next do the higher self merger. So taking action right now is of utmost importance.
And somebody asked quickly, what does it mean to embody? I want to quickly answer that. Embodiment is this principle or practice in spirituality where you lie still in meditation and you calm your mind. And in that calmness and stillness, it won't happen in the first few weeks. It may happen after a few months where you are calm enough and your mind is still enough that your higher self or your soul's light begins to literally embody or take birth in the cells of your body. And when this phenomenon occurs, it is happening very quickly these days for people who are persistent and practice stillness on a daily basis. All you have to do is lie on the couch, place your hands on your heart, and do this for 15 to 30 minutes. If you do this on a daily basis, you're going to see transformational and phenomenal changes in your life. But you have to be consistent with your practice.
And don't do it like a chore. Like when someone says you have to do this, I don't do it. Think about, do you like it? Do you enjoy doing it? Do you enjoy it? God.
We enjoy it so much, we feel like something's missing if we don't do it.
And Jennifer, thank you, Jennifer Jones. She says, if anyone's thinking of joining NEMS, do it. I'm so grateful I did. So many people are telling us the same thing. They're saying, we waited 6 months, 8 months. We thought NEMS is not for us. We didn't understand your language. And they said, we did it and our minds are blown. We didn't even realize we needed this information. You want to do this?
Yeah. So
the next one, point number 5.
The next big theme that we're seeing in the collective is that Lightworkers have gained a lot of knowledge. We've gained a lot of knowledge and awareness about this world and spirituality and corruption and behind the scenes, but we have not yet put it into practice. So Lightworkers have gained a lot of knowledge over the last few years, but we have not yet changed our habits and put our knowledge into practice. What does this mean? So many of you have been on this journey with us. We learn all these techniques. We teach you how to clean up your diet. We teach you how to avoid certain foods and have more of healthy, organic, vegetarian food. We teach you in detail how to add superfoods to your diet. We teach you how to cut out coffee, sugars, things that are bad for you. All of this knowledge is good. We teach you grounding. We teach you so many spiritual principles and practices, how to cleanse your mental activity, your emotional activity. These people have been going on a journey with us so far, but because we're gaining so much knowledge so fast, and you may be doing this with other spiritual teachers, watching YouTube videos or joining courses, or you may be going down the rabbit hole just doing your own research on the internet, learning how the world really works. If you're on this journey and you've gained a lot of knowledge at this point, it is time for you to slow down on the knowledge tip, and really it comes back to embodying the knowledge. What does the knowledge translate to? How does it translate to action in your daily life? So for us, all of these practices are meaningless unless we make changes in our life, unless we teach how to identify triggers within yourself. We teach people how to not project, but what good would that teaching be if we keep projecting on each other? So EldoRa and I, we don't just teach theory, we teach living life codes.
Yes.
What are living life codes? It means these are the codes, practices, principles, virtues, beliefs. Every single word we are speaking to you, the frequency of this is so divine and so powerful, and it's touching your heart, isn't it? It is. Because we are channeling pure source divine frequency. We have put all of our knowledge and embodied it. And this embodied clarity is what's piercing through all the veils of your soul and showing you that you can do this yourself. So embody every single virtue that you preach. Embody every single piece of knowledge that you've learned, and be kind to people. Cleanse your body. Release stress from your life. Sit in stillness.
Take your superfoods.
Detoxify your relationships. Take your superfoods. Cut down on TV. Do things that are good for you. That's what we mean by putting it into practice. Just break the old addictions, patterns, and it takes time. You can't do it cold turkey. We've been doing this for 10 years. We're not going to tell you you have to get there next month. You can just get started on your journey, but you can do it today.
Yes.
And once you're serious on this path, your life will dramatically and radically shift for the better. Guaranteed.
And the last tip for today is that stressful lifestyle in Lightworkers, people don't even know they're stressed. Stressful lifestyle in Lightworkers is really causing health issues. And what do I mean by that? So many Lightworkers right now are in very 3D relationships. They have a high level of stress. There's a lot of drama with friends. There's a lot of fear. Oh my God, the fear programming is massive on the on the planet right now. There's so much drama. There's so much ego harmonization going on, triggers coming up. There's a lot of programming, ancestral programming by your family, your parents, that you're trying to break out of. And all of this mixed with environmental toxins, mixed with food toxins, mixed with pollution, mixed with parasites, is creating havoc in your nervous system. So right now, the message coming in very clear, this is something Siman and I...
Repeat that last part. Toxins, pollution, parasites, mold, all of these pollutants are really creating a havoc in your system. You just needed to repeat that.
Okay, thank you. I didn't need that. Anyway, so basically, before I get into that, you want to interrupt me anymore?
No.
Anyway, we're like really teasing each other these days a lot. We're like going into the next level of even our own relationship, guys. We've had such a relationship clearing in the last few weeks. It's every time we feel like, okay, our relationship is good, we have another layer that clears up. And this is the exciting part. Okay, so where was I? You want to just do it?
No, you do it.
Okay. So basically, Lightworkers are really being asked to clean up their lives, and this is coming in very strong because these parasites, believe it or not, are in control of your nervous system. I'm just going to start with parasites and then we can go into other things. Siman and I are actively doing parasite cleanses. We're actively doing certain things to clean up the insides of ourselves, because what we have realized in a very tangible way is that just like we are living in a world where we're always looking at the external factors, there's also a complete ecosystem inside of us. And if we don't clean up that internal ecosystem, the external ecosystem or the external lifestyle will be compromised. Let me give you a real life example. Recently, a few months ago, we booked a session in Tulum with this guy who offers parasite cleanses through this machine, which is available in all your cities, I'm sure, called the RIFE machine. It's RIFE. We booked 5 or 6 sessions with him, and I kid you not, the day of our first session and the second session and the third session, these parasites created such havoc in our nervous system that they were literally trying to say, no, don't go to this session, or it's too intense, or his house is filthy, it's not very clean, like somehow miss this session. And we're like, no, this is the parasites trying to get under our skin to really trigger us, because they know they're about to be blasted open. How does the RIFE machine work? I don't know the technicalities, but it basically, broadcasts a frequency, very subtle frequency within you, and in that frequency, the parasites explode. So look into the RIFE machine. There's another thing Siman and I have started, which again came in as guidance. We've been taking, so we ordered organic castor oil pills, which is available anywhere. You order organic castor oil pills, and you freeze them in the freezer. They have to be frozen. The reason is that when you freeze them and then you take 5 capsules every night for 5 days. So you take 5 capsules each, frozen capsules each, you just swallow them, they're very easy. 5 frozen castor oil pills every night for 5 days. And what happens is, to cut a long story short, these castor oil pills travel through your intestine, and because they're frozen, they get to a very deep layer of your intestine where all the tapeworms and all these worms live. And castor oil is like poison for them. So they go deep into your, the small intestine, the large intestine?
Yeah, large.
Whatever is deeper. And then on the 4th or the 5th day, you're literally excreting these tapeworms and whatnot. So look into that. Also, cut down on sugars, bread, and whatnot, because you have to start educating yourself. If you can do a nutrition course, that's a great one. In our NEMS back in the day, remember we did one course on diet and nutrition. Maybe watch that again. Cut down on sugars, cut down on breads. And the last tip is eat raw, organic, unsalted pumpkin seeds. So pumpkin seeds actually helps kill these parasites. So parasites, right now, if we look at the collective, parasite cleanses is what every single one of us needs. And
Coffee also adds to parasites.
because of the sugar.
And also coffee is acidic and parasites thrive in acidity. Somebody asked, is a chai latte acceptable? It's not the best because it still has sugar, but chai definitely is like something we would go as a backup to sometimes. We're not
Cacao
big
is
fans
great.
of chai, but cacao is the best alternative to coffee we found because it's a superfood. And use like organic almond milk when possible, because these boxed almond milks to make cacao are even full of toxins. So be selective in what you have. And if you clean up your diet, if you really take all these tips that we've said and do these on a consistent basis, the parasites will definitely be washed out of your system. And what parasites do, parasites are not just like your belly's upset and you feel bad. Parasites are very powerful, have a very powerful effect on your nervous system. Parasites can actually create hunger pangs within your body. You know the term hangry? Like when you mix hungry with angry, and we've coined the term hangry, that comes because parasites can actually trigger anger in you. Parasites can actually create separation in your relationships.
Yes.
Parasites can actually cause mood swings that are actually very severe in some cases. So it's not just that you need to cleanse your gut so you can be healthy. Your relationships, your stability, your emotional stability, the energy you show up with, you won't feel depleted as much. You won't feel like at the end of the day you're feeling like you're just losing it and you have no more passion left and you just need to rest. When you cleanse parasite and when you cleanse your diet, it's gonna significantly boost your performance in every aspect of your life. Like your coworkers will notice your new energy and they'll ask you, what have you been doing?
And you know what? We found that it was the parasites that were craving the coffee, not the other way around.
Yeah.
The minute we cleansed the parasites, the addictions and the cravings stopped.
The cravings
The
stop.
minute we cleanse the parasites, the feeling of earth is too hard stopped. So it's the parasites that are controlling the mood swings and the nervous system. And one other thing, parasites attach to anything sweet. So even fruit is food for them because sugar. So even fruit is food for them. Anything sweet is food for them. So when you start doing parasite cleanses, it's very important to have a broader tolerance and not go too crazy anal about, oh my God, I can't even eat fruit. Do the best you can, do these things, and it's an ongoing process. It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna in 5 days kill all the parasites. It's a lifelong journey. But you'll start seeing immediately that your brain fog reduces drastically. The brain fog will literally, you'll start sensing this improved, enhanced connection to spirit, this passion towards life. It just comes on and it's all the parasites, and we are living proof of that.
And you know, when you wake up sometimes in the morning and you wake up with anxiety and you have no idea why, that's also the parasites and the toxins. So I would say a lot of these depression, anxiety, and low frequency states that we find ourselves, we've literally cleansed that out of our bodies by cleansing out parasites.
We hope this helped you guys. We hope you guys loved it. I love that we're doing more of these casual chit chat videos and whatnot. Tell your friends about us. I feel like the world needs this kind of information. The world is like, I feel like the world has gone through this, let's learn about the reptilians. Let's learn about what's happening in the political arena. And now people are like, okay, can we just have our ascension teachings, please? Can we just learn how to get out of this 4D maze? Can we just learn how to get into new earth frequencies already, please? And that is what we excel at. We love you guys so much. So nice to see some familiar faces here. We love you guys so much. Take care, my friends. Bye now, and see you guys in NEMS this Saturday. We look forward to it.
Take care, everyone.
Bye. Sending love.
Bye.